So the Nikon fear horse of deception is about to peek around the corner to give us a timid glance of disappointment, and I for one can't wait to see his face. See that smiling horse face, I can't wait. The Nikon Z6 Mark II is about to be released, and first of all, what were y'all rumor sites talking shit about the Z6S? It's coming. What the hell was that? That never materialized into this dimension? You're a loser. You got it wrong. You thought the S was a 2? You can't read. So let's talk about the impending doom that Nikon hopes to bring into our lives. To sadden us.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So when the Nikon Z6 came out, I had the same exact thoughts as the A7 III because it is an A7 III clone. It's the same thing. Nikon was like, we could do that too. It won't perform as well, but it'll look just like your camera with a Nikon name. If I'm being honest with you, it did improve on pretty much everything. It had better IBIS than the Sony. Not as good autofocus, but it caught up. It caught up. Good colors, Nikon name, better grip, ergonomics, lenses that excited me, 20mm 1.8 on the roadmap, and now it exists in reality. I don't have one. So not bad for a first shot. Did it inspire anybody to create good things? No. Nobody filmed a damn thing on it. One guy shot a wedding. The couple divorced 3 weeks later because of the video. It was out of focus, and the colors were weird in the shade. The shaded area, color tint, deception that Nikon allows. I don't know what the hell is their problem. You go into the shade, things get way too cool. Like, oh, you want a blanket? Fuck you, Nikon. So according to the old rumors, at least, the Z6 Mark II, it's gonna have 4K 60p. First, let me just say, that's the dumbest spec I've ever seen in a camera. 60p is not slow motion. You can barely slow a twig down if a grasshopper was leaping over the fucking thing. I swore twice already. That's uncouth. Oh, it's the meat. I'm a bad person now. There are so many aspiring hobos demanding 4K 60p. You don't need it. It doesn't even look good. 4K 120p, you might have a point. I'd rather have 1080p 240p. I'd rather have 1080p 480p. What are you gonna capture with 4K 60p? A wedding? Oh, the couple, look, they're looking at each other. You have 20 years to look at each other in disappointment. And as you get fat, I have 4K 60p in the Fuji X-T4. I would never disappoint you guys by using it. 240p or go home. So who cares? Nikon's gonna finally catch up with a spec I don't need. You're bullshit. The problem with Nikon is they're boring. They don't come up with their own ideas. They don't innovate anything. They just copy. And they do it pretty good. They're a copycat monkey who's like, oh, I can break the nut too with a hammer. Stone, you don't have a hammer, monkey. Get real with yourself. You didn't invent the hammer, we did. Humans are better than monkeys. He's attacking me. I still think Nikon's on the brink of going out of business. Like, they're a big company. They make good cameras, but there's too much competition. You got the Sony A7s III Thunderhawk that does everything. It's basically perfect. You got Canon R5 with its pretending to be cool now. Not that it's even usable, but Canon can do 8K, 4K 120p. I hate the machines. They suck. And Canon fanboys need to lick themselves clean from the disappointment, sweat. Fuji X-T4 might be my favorite camera ever made, so far. Great 4K 60p in there. Thank God. You have some competition. Are you gonna match it or leapfrog? Canon at least pretended to, 8K. It's usable, we promise. You could edit it. They bought that supercomputer. That should come with the camera. It doesn't. To me, it already seems like they're hoping to almost match the Sony A7 IV when it comes. They're not looking to think ahead to the future. They're just like, oh, we might match some of the specs. Don't hurt us. I think Nikon had a boardroom meeting. It wasn't even inspiring. All right, fellas, the competition has upped their game a bit. Sony A7s III, that's a bitch, huh? Canon R5. We were once neck and neck with them. What happened? We could do it. We could do it one last time. Let's put our best foot forward. Who has the best idea here? Boss, we have to beat them at their own game. Video specs. We can't play the photo game anymore, boss. You're right, Karen. Taking photos is for people who are afraid to live. They're afraid to experience what they've done. They want to capture it on camera like a bullshit loser. Because they were afraid to be there at the time. They don't live in the now. Let's make video happen. You're right. I'm so proud of you right now, boss. 4K 180 frames per second. HD 249 frames per second. Autofocus, triple pixel. IBIS mechanism, boost the power. Transformers, electronics. Flippy screen. That's ambitious, huh? That sounds like a good camera. Look, we can't do any of that. Hear me out. We'll put a tilt-up screen that increases to fold back inwards towards the camera, not to face you, but it'll like fold in on itself 80% and down 40%. An increase of 5% from last year. 4K 60p. No autofocus. Disable the IBIS mechanism. 120 frames per second. You ready for some class trailing autofocus? We have it. "4K 180 frames per second. I will kill you in your sleep. I will kill you in your sleep tonight. You put that in the camera." Here's what I think the Nikon Z6 II needs. Who cares about the Z7? That's stupid. This is what the Mark II of the 6, the video-centric camera, needs to even get my attention. Because right now on paper, it's like, we're slightly better than the A7C. I missed that thing. I sent it back. Oh, I want it back. Oh, I need it. It really is simple because they have some good lenses. The 14 to 24 2.8, that might be fun. And the 20mm 1.8, we already know the Sony has it. That's good times. They have the lenses for the vlogging YouTuber scrubs. What they need, all they need to do, flippy screen, right there, or up, I don't care. Photographers, you use the viewfinder anyway. Oh, look, a zebra. Oh, I can't, is that a zebra or is it grass? I can't tell because I'm blind. I'll just take a shot. Oh, it was just grass. Oh, Helen. Do you want a photo of grass? You don't? Ah. I guess I'll delete the photo. What's that, sir? You're buying photos of grass? Oh no. I deleted it. Oh, I need to redo my makeup. So photographers that are always complaining about the fully articulating screen, and 99% of the time they're using the viewfinder anyway, just let us have the flip. I'll flip you off. You also need 240 frames per second. I demand that in any camera I buy in the future. If it doesn't have that, what's the point? The Fuji X-T4 has it. Sony A7s III has it. It's so fun. I wish it was higher. But 120p, I can't go back to that. That's bullshit. You can't even slow down a mosquito trying to kill you with malaria. I need that. And that's pretty much it. It's not even demanding specs. Just like give us some fun things to do. I'm not even demanding 10-bit. It'd be nice. But let's be real. You don't need it unless you're doing green screen work, which you're not. That does help. I notice trying to cut myself out of a thumbnail in the Sony A7 III. The jagged rocks. You can't even do it. Whereas on the Panasonic GH5S in 10-bit, it's like, oh yeah, you want the outline here? Don't get me wrong here. 10-bit has its advantages in an avatar-like fashion, and I do appreciate it. but it better be in there, even if it's not. But you gotta do something. If you come out with this Mark II and it's just, oh, we got double card slots and 4K 60p and everything else is the same, improved slightly autofocus, IBIS, same, it's good enough. I hate you, Nikon. I'm not buying it. Why would I buy that thing? I have a Sony A7 III already. A7s III on the way if Camera Canada ever decides to stock one. Anytime now. Anytime now. Everybody has one. I'm waiting. I've been asking for years to get a Z6 in here for testing. First from Henry's. They wouldn't give me one. Now Camera Canada, they're like, oh, they sell too fast. We can't. No one's buying a Nikon system in 2012. Be real. The only YouTubers who use Nikon cameras probably shave poodles as a hobby. Like, oh, do you want me to shave your poodle? Nobody wants you to touch their poodle, dickhead. So we wait and see. As soon as I upload this video, they'll probably release the full specs and I'll be all wrong. And this video will be pointless, like all others. So that should be fun. Can't wait to see that. So what do you think? Are you excited about this? What could they possibly do to compete with the competition? Even Olympus is better. And they went out of business. That's sad. Thank you for buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Affiliate links down below for the Z6 Mark II. Even though it's not out yet. Subscribe, remember what I say, nigga?